Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your December 16th to the 31st, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be linked and located in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. And let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Virgo. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. And then let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Awesome. So we're starting off here with nurturing. This is the soul star chakra. No, this is the earth star chakra located 6 inches below your feet. And we'll see how this all equates to the tarot in a moment. And then we have meditation, the crown chakra, coming forward. The mind and the heart really being connected quite powerfully here. And we have balance. This is the root chakra. The balance of masculine and feminine energy within the self, the sacred masculine, the sacred feminine, as you move forward. So we have on the left-hand side your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see. We start off with the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Then we have the 5 of Cups, the Chariot. That is a Cancer time frame, June 21st, there we go, June 21st to July 22nd. And you have the King of Swords. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Whenever I have the King and the Queen from the, from the same suit, in the same deck, in the same, part of the reading, that is a soulmate connection. That's a true love connection. That's absolutely brilliant. That's powerful. You are fierce during this time. You're crowned by the sun. You have the essence of yourself coming through with the Hermit. You have the 8, because the Hermit, of course, represents you in the major arcana. You have the 8 of Cups, And you have the Lovers, strong Gemini presence, which is May 21st to June 20th. Interesting that the Gemini time frame goes straight into the Cancer time frame, so that may have meaning for some who are watching. The Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords, the repeat of the number 9, shows that you are very close to a completion of a cycle. And what's very interesting is that you are feeling two very contrasting ways about it. One way is that, oh my gosh, I'm always facing nightmares. I'm never going to be able to get to where I want to be. The worry, the doubt, the fear, the anger, it comes up. The other way is the prosperity. It's like, wow, this is what I was born to do. This is how I'm going to be moving forward. And you have the Fool here, which is very much telling you that you need to follow your path, that you're on your hero's journey. Yeah, that's exactly it. And if you keep on looking at everybody else, how they're running the race of life, and you're not looking at yourself, things can get, it's not that you're not looking at yourself, but you're comparing. It's like, oh my gosh, look how well this person is doing, and look at me being me. I always just kind of am. And divinity is saying here, no, you change your mind, you change your whole entire life, and you see that you really are this extraordinary warrior of your existence, which you might sit there and say, oh, I don't want to be a warrior, but in this world, this world knocks you down. This world can be vicious and cruel and heartbreaking, but there is such a sense of, I am walking in my truth. And also the truth being so important to you. It's like, this is the truth as I see it. This is the way that I move forward. This is what resonates for my soul, for myself, as I embrace my power. And you have the number 9 repeated 3 times. So this conclusion really does resonate with you, because as a Virgo, being represented by the Hermit, that's the 9th card in the major arcana. And so here you turn inward. It's going to be a very private time for you, because you're making some really big decisions that you will feel the lasting impact of these decisions quite profoundly. But as you're moving forward, it's kind of like, I can't think of doing anything else. This has to be me moving in my truth. And you're nurturing the inner part of you that needs to be seen, that needs to be heard by yourself in particular. Okay, so let's look at the people who will be aiding you during this time. Virgo, December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, goodness, and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we're starting off here with the Princess of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is somebody who is astoundingly dedicated, has a different way of looking at things, has a passion that moves them forward, can be a little bit unsure of how to get there, but definitely looks at things more intricately, more personally, more passionately. And that's going to be something that really inspires you, Virgo, during this time. It's like, oh, I never thought of it looking at it like that. And there has to be a kindness to this person, because during this time of tremendous change and tremendous, power moving forward, there has to be this balance to all the energy that is around you. So this may be somebody that you know. What Spirit also says with the people who aid, and also the people we are to be mindful of, is that we can know them, but we can also be very influenced by them. And especially in this world, we can feel so connected to people that we'll never meet in our whole entire lives. That is something powerful to take note of. So here, this can be a person that you know in real life. This could be a person that just greatly inspires you to move forward, to embrace your passion, to look at things differently, to, move forward with grace and with dignity of purpose. And that's what you're doing during this time. And that's very much a powerful part of you. And there is a sense of them kind of showing you a pathway that you didn't think could be yours, showing you a way forward that you didn't think could be your way forward. And yes, it can. You have the Queen of Swords coming through again. This is Gemini. Well, you have the Gemini rooting you at your heart. So I'm highly inclined to say that this is Gemini energy. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There we go. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But these are also people who embody this sign. This is also a person who embodies the passion, the dedication, the hard work, the fire. And this is a person who's very much in their element, who has a way with words, a way of weaving things together, a way of seeing beyond the normal, it's like the normal sight of everybody else. They see a little bit deeper. They see it a little bit clearer because they are so honed during this time. And that's something that you're really going to resonate with, because you yourself are going to be much more honed than you had thought, much more, dedicated, much more determined, much more on point with what you feel within your heart, but also with how your heart interprets it, how your heart influences your mind. And this is you cutting through a lot of the nonsenses by seeing somebody who has cut through a lot of the nonsense themselves, who has said, if I'm going to have a semblance of happiness in my life, I'm going to stand in my truth, and it's not going to be anybody else's truth. And then this brings you to the moon. This brings you to Pisces energy, February 19th to March 20th. This is a person who understands the tame side of humanity and the untamed side of humanity. But there is a sense here, very much so Virgo, with you needing to see the deeper truth of everything, needing to see and to dive deeper into this power, into this understanding, into this determination forward. And so this Pisces energy helps you see the fears that have held you back, helps you come to respect, the fears that have shaped your mind and caused you to look at things differently, but also caused you to look at yourself differently, how you stepped out of fear, or how you are addressing that fear within you and saying, no, you don't get to rule my life. I don't get to be ruled by this. And then you step into power, and you step into a place where you might feel a little bit more vulnerable at times, especially when you can see the two ways forward. You can see the road that leads to success, and you can see the road that leads to failure. And you think those are the only two roads. Either I absolutely make it like movie star make it, or I've fallen and failed flat on my face. That's not true. There's that middle ground. Movie star making it is very rare, and also not for everyone. Not for everyone. In my personal opinion, rock stars, movie stars, people who get their names shouted at as they walk by, that's terrifying. That would be absolutely terrifying. So here, you're seeing that more roads are opening up to you, more ways forward, more, power of the soul and of the self. And as you do this, you're a warrior during this time because you are crowned with the Queen of Swords and you are rooted with the King of Swords. And now the King and the Queen of Swords can be seen as kind of tough, most definitely. But they are people who speak their truth. They're not the people who sit there and go, well, this is the truth, and if you don't understand it, I can't help you, because that helps nobody. But these are the people who sit there and say, I've cut through a lot of the nonsense within my life, and I've seen a lot. And you're going to be seeing that within yourself here, Virgo. It's kind of like, I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. And now I need to stand in my truth. I need to see where, my prejudices come from, not in a kind of beating yourself down sort of way, but in the, I never thought I could move there or do this or have this life because this is the world that I was supposed to be in, and this is the world that I'm stuck in, or this is the way that I see it. And it also is the scars that other people spoke over you, made you doubt yourself, made you, question things, because here, and of course I skipped your chakra cards, but here there's a nurturing of that inner child within you. There's a nurturing of your rooted self and what it is that you greatly desire. Because as that is nurtured, you're connecting here on just such a different level. As you meditate, it's not even going to be that you have to sit and meditate, though if you choose to, Virgo, that is going to be so beneficial to you. It is going to be that when you sit and just even have free moments, your heart and your mind are connecting powerfully. And you like to trace back threads. It's kind of like why, and trace it back. Why, and trace it back. And so here you're looking at the why. You're looking at the how comes. You're tracing it back, and you're seeing the greater power, the greater truth, the greater determination that leads you to crown yourself with this awareness of heart and this stability of mind. And then it brings you to a balance. It brings you to the emotional and logical balance that we all crave within our lives. It brings you to the balance of what it is that you truly want within this world and what it is that everybody else expects you to want. It is the balance of self and of soul. Again, the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine is astoundingly important here. That sense of honoring the both sides of not only yourself, but of the world and of the energy that makes up all being. And as you do so, you're seeing things much more truthfully, much more powerfully, much more, it's almost dangerously, not in a bad sense, but it's like It's like, this is my power, this is my truth, this is my understanding. I cut through the fears, I cut through the doubts, and I stand in this grace. And as I stand in this grace, nothing and no one will stop me. You've been forged. Here's the thing with the swords. The swords is the only thing here that can't be intuitively known what to do with, right? So when you get a sword in your hand, and let's say you never saw a sword before, how would you use it? How would it be a part of you? You can say the wands are, are trees, are walking sticks, can be planted, can nourish, can, start fires. You can say all that. The cups, of course, hold water. You can drink from them. The pentacles, they're either seeds that you can plant in the ground, or they are coins that can move you forward in wealth and security. But the swords, they have to be learned. The swords are also a sign of nobility. Nobody who wasn't a person of power in the Middle Ages, or, in times gone past, could use a sword, could own a sword. So here, there is a sense of honing and being an expert at honing the skill that has so defined you within your life. And it's the skill of the mind. It's the skill of your reason. The queen, I always see the queens as being a little bit more compassionate than the kings, but they are also the ones who can be more behind the scenes. The kings are like the actors upon the stage. At the root of you, you are being seen. At the crown of you, logically, you don't really care. And it's like, listen, I need to get this job done. It needs to be right. It needs to be the way that I envision it. And if it's not, then we have a problem. But here you're cutting through the doubts, the fears, the angers, the upsets. And as you do so, and also embracing that warrior spirit, embracing the fact that you have lived, you have been through a lot within your life. And as you honor, because there's a sense within us that we don't honor our pains. We look at them and we say, gosh, I wish that never happened, or we get mad at it. But to honor the pain and say, I see you, I understand you, and I see that you were the adversity that has made me stronger, that can make me buffet the winds that try to knock me down within my life. And that really gives you a very strong and profound sense of the Five of Cups. You change your mind, you change your life. Instead of looking always at the failures, the disappointments, the angers, the upsets, the upheavals, the people who have betrayed you, the people who have spoken negativity over you, the people who, want to see you fail, or the failures that you have and that scarred the heart and just sorrowed the soul. You turn around and you see behind you is the Two of Cups. It's the Minor Arcana Lover's card. It's the card of healing. Behind you is the love and the healing that you so desire. It's time to step away from the hurt, the pain, the disappointment. Because if you want to, you can live your whole life there. And people do, most definitely. And even if, let's say, you were meditating. I was meditating beforehand. And if you meditate and just think of all the times in the world where you saw yourself changing from the person that you really wanted to be, but you look at what happened to make you change, to make you become a bit more cynical, to make you harden your heart, to have all these things happen. They're very profound things that set us back. They're very profound interactions that break our hearts or have us losing faith in humanity. But to turn to that love and to that healing, to know that there is a power around you that guides you, that wants you to succeed, that loves you, that's something extraordinary. And then you move to the Chariot, because in your inner self, right now, Virgo, you are a warrior. The Chariot is often underestimated. The Chariot, the Cancer energy, is seen as really nice and really caring, really loving, and just sweet. And so we don't really honor sweet the way that we should. But here with the Chariot, this is a person who is choosing kindness over anger, over weapons, over hate, over destruction. And so as you move forward, you're choosing this path. You're choosing this might of love and of understanding and of compassion. And as you do this, you see yourself more openly, more honestly, but you also have to start to realize that to choose that road is not the easy road. It's not the road that people say, wow, you chose the high road. I'm so proud of you, well done. Because a lot of times people don't even notice it. And they're like, well, why didn't you do this? And why didn't you do that? And why can't you just be like everybody else? It's like, no, this is my path and this is my truth. It makes you astoundingly brave. Because the Chariot in medieval times and, in ancient times, the chariots in ancient Rome, if you look at the Colosseums, they would have chariot races, and that would be like NASCAR races today, where it's astoundingly dangerous and it's astoundingly challenging, and it takes tremendous, will and training, but also courage. And that's what you're embracing here, this tremendous will, this tremendous training of soul to have the courage to move forward, but also to embrace and really start to understand that tamed and untamed aspect, the wild and the tamed aspect of life and of self and of what you desire and what you want. Because there's such a severe sense of you during this time saying, no, no, I'm not going to be silenced. No, I'm not going to crumble and fall. No, I'm not going to not believe in myself. I absolutely am believing in myself and what I need and the passion that I have to move forward and what my soul desires. And as you do this, and as you see the strength within yourself, people may even start to comment, and it's going to be very likely that they will, that, wow, Virgo, you're so much more like sure of yourself, or you look differently because you're standing up straighter, you're holding your head up high. There's this air to you that isn't sometimes, Virgo, with the Hermit as your major arcana card. It can be like, don't look at me. It can be kind of like wanting to hide, and that hiding can be behind a mask of being very extrovert and having a lot of fun and things like that, or it can be closing the doors and actually hiding. So here it's like you're stepping away from that innate instinct. And yes, you do need time, quiet time, most definitely, to recharge your battery. But there is this beautiful sense of the sun shining on you. There's this beautiful sense of love and of brilliance and of hopes and of dreams and of joys and of successes coming in. And the sun is the happiest card in the whole entire tarot deck. So here we're not talking about just this sense of success and power and look how much I have. It's like, look at the happiness that shines from me. And that's where people really want to start taking you by eyes, because so many people aren't happy and they don't know how to be happy. And they will always find something to complain about, something to be angry about, and they want to pull you down. Because innately, what you are doing here, as you embrace this happiness, you are warding off the naysayers, kind of like the evil eye right here. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of looks like an octopus. But as you ward off the negativity and as you embrace your prosperity, but also you look at the essence of yourself and you hold you within your heart, which isn't egotistical, which you might sit there and be like, oh, well, Dane, that's a bit like, proud to say. But to hold yourself in your heart and say, I matter and I love me, that's not pride. Pride cometh before the fall. It is a sense of, if I don't honor me, if I don't love me, if I don't care for me, if I don't cherish me, who will? Who will have my back? And you might be blessed to have people in your life who you're like, oh, well, these people are my core. I can really trust on them. But there's only so often that other people can build you up if you don't start building up yourself and seeing your own worth and seeing your own power. Because no matter how much people love you and want you to succeed, they will start to think, oh, well, it's always going to be a one day and it's always going to be a, shoulda, coulda kind of thing. And so here you embrace power. You're embracing the power of your truth, of your understanding, of your determination forward. And as you do this, you're walking away from something you once thought you would love because it's not right anymore. It's like, this isn't me. And I don't know why I'm trying to make it me. It's kind of like when you go and put on a really comfy pair of sneakers and you're going to go walking, right? And they just don't fit anymore. But you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe I had too much salt or something like that. This happened to me recently. And I was like, oh, maybe I ate too much salt or something, or they need to stretch out a little bit. It'll be fine. Oh my gosh, my toes hurt me so much afterwards. So here, what you're doing is like you go to put on this really comfy pair of shoes and they don't fit. And you've been walking around in it. And now you're just totally grumpy and beside yourself because you hurt. And what you need to do is walk away from it because it's not right. It's like, let it go, even though it was once super right for you and absolutely comfortable and stabilizing. Now it isn't. So this is looking at things and saying, I change. I change as I move forward. And I embrace this change within my life, within my soul, within myself, within my personage. And as I walk away from what I once thought I would love, I walk towards what I really do love. I walk towards that balance within my root chakra of who it is that I am and who it is that I want to be and the love that I have for others, but more importantly, the love that I have for myself and the falling in love with my life, with my goals, with my dreams, with my heart, with my essence, with my understanding. And you're open to the pathways that guide you, that, are a part of you. And you always thought it could be one of two ways. I can move forward in one of two ways. And here, Virgo, you're going to find that it's not just one or two ways. Because in the public arena, and why this comes out so much, is because you have the Nine of Pentacles here, and you have the Nine of Swords. And you couldn't have two more contrasting nines if you tried. And of course, you are a nine within the major arcana, so the essence of you comes forward. And this is where you find yourself sometimes penduluming back and forth between it. And you can find, if you're a bit more sensitive, you can find yourself penduluming back and forth a lot more than you would like to. So here with the Nine of Swords, this is hurt, this is pain, this is disappointment, this is the nightmares. This is what we stay up worrying, or what we try to distract ourselves from, because it's just too much. And the Nine of Pentacles, this is prosperity and success, and knowing that, yeah, there's going to be hard work ahead, but there's also bounty and beauty and brilliance, and I can see things so much more clearly, and I have this way of moving forward. So you jump back between the two, and these are the two roads that you really see. It's kind of like one brings you your dreams, and one brings you simply your nightmares. And it's kind of like, well, how do I move from this? How do I get to embrace what I want from life, and where I need to stand, and who it is that I am? And that's realizing it's not one extreme or another. It's a stepping back, and it's a breathing. And it's a saying, I will always have my prosperity. Because if I believe in myself, nobody can rob that of me. Because that's where you're changing your mind to change your life. But as you're moving forward and you're walking away, the mind says, what if? And the mind starts to worry. So what if everything bad happened? And what if everything falls apart? And what if I just can't? And so this then can rob your sleep. It can, make you stress eat. It can make you, feel rather lethargic. It can do all the things, like all the stress coping mechanisms that we have that deteriorate us instead of building us up. So when we're usually super stressed, we go back to old patterns that we developed when we were really little, and we didn't know how to deal with stress, but we thought, this works, this works. I'll eat a couple of cookies, everything will be better. I won't go to sleep at night because I don't want to go to school in the morning, so everything will be better. And you'll find that you'll keep that pattern going. Now, whatever the stress was for you, and the way that you dealt with it, this is what you perpetuate. It's like, just have a million cups of tea because tea makes it all better, right? But it doesn't solve anything, except it brings you that instant of calming, of centering. And so that instant of calming, of centering, it's like, okay, see that forward, walk with that, see what that means, see what calm and peace and love and beauty mean to you. As you move, as you look at the nightmares and say, I see you, and I see how you have grown from when I was little, okay, because you're nurturing that inner side of you, from when I was little to where I am now. I see how you have grown. I see how you have grown with me and in me and have become a huge part of me. But I also see now that I can't be ruled by nightmares. I can't be ruled by the what ifs. Because no matter how hard you plan for every single contingency, there will be something that you overlooked, or there'll be something that comes through the back door that you're just like, are you kidding me? It's time to look at the success. Not comparing yourself against everybody else, which is hard. Not, sitting there and doubting yourself and questioning everything you do and, making yourself feel small, because you are quite large and quite powerful during this time. And as you look at this and you understand this, and you're like, okay, I will have this battle, but I will not be defined by it, because you're going to find that you move forward, even though the serpent is right in front of you, even though the fear is right in front of you. Do you see it? Do you look at it? No, you raise your face towards the sun. You raise your face towards the warmth and towards the beauty and towards the success as you breathe in the scent of the flower before you, as you breathe in the beauty. And as you do so, you're like, oh, well, this is me. This is where I need to be. This is what I desire. And you start your journey. And others may doubt you, most definitely, may call you names, may never understand. And that's on them. It's not on you. You're beginning your hero's journey. You're beginning your quest forward. You're beginning something so tremendously powerful that it redefines who you are and where you want to be. And as you embrace this beginning, you embrace the essence of your truth, the power of your soul, and your hero's quest. They laugh, let them laugh. Now it is time to move in your bounty and in your brilliance. And that's what this whole time is for. It's kind of like you're not entering into 2021 with the same frame of reference, the same mindset, or as the same person that you were in 2020. You are going to see yourself having this paradoxical shift and having a greater understanding of where it is that you want to be and how it is that you want to move forward and what it is that you desire. And that just kind of like knocks the ball right out of the park, doesn't it? And it brings you now to go deeper. Let's see. Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 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 Virgo. Angels. Ooh, goodness. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This one. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Fantastic. And then let's see the people you have to be mindful of, Virgo. Who are the people that Virgo has to be mindful of? December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Virgo. Who are the people that Virgo has to be mindful of? December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Virgo. Who are the people that Virgo has to be mindful of? December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we start here with the Hierophant energy. This is Taurus energy, April 20th to May 20th. This is somebody who is very bullheaded. This is the Earth sign energy. And of course, Earth sign energies, when you guys get together, and especially if you don't see eye to eye, you can try to out-stubborn each other. And that is going to be kind of not the way you want to handle this. This person will be bullheaded. They see things one way. It is the right way. And there has to be a sense of, okay, that's how you see it, but this is how I see my life. And with loving respect, I move forward. And that's going to kind of, even if you don't know this person, because you're going to be, their words in one way or another are greatly touching and greatly influencing your soul. So it's kind of like with respectful difference of opinion, I move myself forward. And that's going to be a very powerful stance for you to take during this time. And then we have the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a person, because it's so different. It's like this energy is a lot calmer for you, Virgo. This energy is a lot more fiery. Okay, well, of course. But this one this can be gossip. And what I'm seeing with the Taurus energy right here, this doesn't really manifest itself to gossip. This isn't somebody who likes to start fires. This is somebody who just they can be older and just very, very set in their ways with the Taurus energy. With the fire sign energy, this is somebody who kind of does like starting fires, likes to see what happens if they poke the bear, if they do this, if they, do the other thing. And that's really not where you're at during this time. You don't want to poke the bear. You want to kind of have things a little bit more quiet. So especially if this is somebody who you know within your personal life, it might be very hard to say to them, no, I need to step back a little bit, or, that's not really for me, because they can have really good arguments as to why you should be as outraged as they are, or why you should be moving forward in this way or that. And it's like, no, let's just be for a little bit, because this person really, really will. I mean, that's part of them. And they're kind of sneaky about it. They'll make you feel almost like they're on your side. They completely understand. You couldn't trust anybody more than them. And then they'll take everything that you tell them and they'll use it against you. So just be very mindful of that. And they'll also do it to other people. It's like this person can talk about anyone anyone, even if it's somebody that they say, oh, I could never have gotten through this really hard time without you, and then the next 5 seconds they're complaining about you to somebody else, and you're like, come on, just stop it. So just be aware of that. And then you have the Aquarius energy. This is a time frame of January 20th to February 18th. This is a person who emotionally has a lot going on. This is an air sign energy, of course, and this is a sense of pouring the waters, of nurturing the soul and the body. But because they are so attuned to being able to have such nurturing energy flow forward from them, they also pick up on slights that you don't even see. It's like, oh, why did that person give me a dirty look? Or why did that person, use that tone when they were talking to me? And it's going to be like, you don't even know what they're talking about, because to you, it's just not going to be a big thing. So just be very mindful, especially if you're having conversations with this energy during this time, that there's just somebody who's astoundingly sensitive around you. And they're trying to do a lot. They're trying to juggle a lot. They're trying to be the best that they can possibly be. And they put too much pressure on themselves. And they can really just it can make them an emotional mess. Instead of a person that you want to be around, it's a person that you will find emotionally draining and overwhelming and needing to step back from. So now we have here the Five of Swords. You have the King of Swords again, and the King of Wands. So you're a powerhouse in your inner self. You are a powerhouse. Don't doubt it. Use it to your advantage and keep on moving forward. You have the Fool, this time crowning your heart instead of rooting your external self. You have the King of Cups. You have the Princess of Swords. So now you have 3 kings. The Two of Wands. The Ace of Cups, which is a gift that you are most definitely taking. And the Ace of Pentacles, which is a gift that's moving you forward, but made just for you. So with the Five of Swords, you have this over my goodness. There we go. You have this over the Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups. The Five of Swords is facing a karmic debt, facing, DNA trauma and drama that has been spoken over you, that has been passed down. The really dramatic, but also very apropos way of putting it is generational curses. And in the Bible it says, the sins of the father will be passed on to the son. It's not necessarily meaning that without even knowing the person, you will have their sins passed on to you. It can be interpreted as the fact that they will have spoken negatively over you in the form and in the exact pain of their hurts, of their sins. You could call that quote unquote sins. And so here you're finding yourself looking at where it is that you want to be, what has held you back. You also find this within your DNA self. There are some things where you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know why I'm so afraid of this, and I don't know why I keep swallowing my words, or I don't, move forward towards my passion, or I'm afraid of being in a relationship. I don't know what is holding me back. It can be from your past life self. And so what you're doing is you're looking at your DNA self, you're looking at your past life self, and you're saying, all right, I see the patterns in my life that are repeating. I see what I have to work on. But I also understand that when I come to this world, I'm carrying more baggage than maybe I originally thought. And things become a bit more intense, a bit more profound. And so here, it's saying, okay, I will be facing things that I don't want to face. I don't want to. I don't want to go through this hugabaroo anymore. I don't want to have these doubts, these fears, this chaos come over me. But I see it, and I honor it, and I honor myself. Because in order for me to evolve emotionally, spiritually, personally, I have to understand every aspect of myself. And that's what makes you a queen. And that's what has you turning away from pain to really embrace freedom. And then you have the King of Swords. I mean, you're nobody's fool during this time at all. This is over the Chariot. This is as you're moving forward. You're not going to step back. You hold a weapon in your hand. So the weapon within the essence of yourself is your mind. It is your thoughts. It is your understanding. It is your greatest tool, and it will be your worst enemy. And we see that with the Nine of Swords. It's when you overthink, you overanalyze, you doubt, you make yourself go down into the spiral, and it's like, enough is enough. I embrace my grace. I embrace my truth, and I speak my truth. That's going to be a huge thing for you. Speak your truth. own your truth, and it will guide you in ways you hadn't expected. And it brings you to the King of Wands over the King of Swords. The King of Wands is passion and creativity and not being afraid to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty as you know your mind, as you know what it is that you want. And this is the reason for getting out of bed in the morning. This is what sets your soul on fire and guides you towards more than you ever realized. And as you embrace the knowledge, the power and the knowledge that you possess, the power of the mind and of your passion and of your soul and of yourself, it brings you to the Fool. All right, which is over the sun, which is over you as the hermit. It brings you to happiness. It brings you to an understanding of yourself. And it's like, I can move forward like this. I can jump off this cliff. I can have this be a part of my life. I can. And as you are, you're embracing the depth and the essence of your heart, of your soul. You are looking at what is holding you back and what you need to move away from. And you're doing so with love and dignity and grace of self. You're doing so with a determination of heart. And it brings you to being a student of your mind as you look at what it is that you love. Of being a student of how you want to move forward emotionally, personally, powerfully, sensually. And it emboldens you. It really does embolden you. And you start finding yourself asking a heck of a lot more questions than you thought you would be asking as you embrace the power of your heart. And as you step back and you see the power of your mind, it brings you then to the Two of Wands. It brings you to the world opening up as you see the prosperity with the Nine of Pentacles. So you see the prosperity around you, but you also understand the two roads that you had thought and the myriad of roads that now lie ahead. It's like, I can do this. I can do this because I'm not trapped the way I thought I was trapped. I'm not stuck the way I thought I was stuck. I can move forward, and I will be moving forward in a grace and in a power and in a brilliance that is profound and is astounding. And you have God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you this gift of love, handing you this gift of healing. It cleanses out your heart. You can find during this time that you are a bit sensitive, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But with the nightmares, this is over the nightmares. It's like you can have your fears coming to the surface as the Ace of Cups washes out what has been holding you back. It's like an emotional detox. And you are definitely taking this gift and you're seeing the power that it brings you. You're seeing the way that it can move you forward. And you're like, oh, why didn't I see this before? Because as you begin this new journey, you're headed with God's source spirit. Again, however you see the divine, the universe, giving you a gift of prosperity, of bounty, of a greater understanding, of a sense of brilliance that you hadn't thought could be yours, and a way of moving forward that you never thought of. You didn't think it could be, you could move forward this way. You didn't think it could be this. And yet it can, and what's more importantly, it is. Now let's see what your spirit animal cards have to say. Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Virgo. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we start off here with the electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. It is time to move forward in inspiration. It is time to bring the ideas that you've put on the back burner, that you've said one day, and make it today. Even if it's just you thinking about it a bit more, even if it's just you bringing it to the forefront of your mind and letting it sit there before you start. That's going to be powerful for you. It's going to change you. It's going to be like, oh, it doesn't have to be the same old thing day in and day out. There can be beauty. There can be brilliance to it. And there is going to be beauty and brilliance. It leads you to the moth spirit. It says, surrender now. Surrender to the power that is you. Surrender to the way that you're moving forward. Surrender to thinking outside of the box. Because then it leads you to the groundhog spirit. It's time to let go of what has broken your heart, of what has held you back for too long, of the coping mechanisms that we make when we're little and don't really serve us as well as we grow. It's time to let go. And it's time to embrace the grace within your heart, your soul, and yourself. And it leads you then to your subconscious spirit animal message, which is the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to what you love, because it will be loyal to you. Maybe not in the way that you expect, but being loyal to what you love in the essence of your heart, your soul, yourself, is one of the most profound things we can do as human beings. And then brings you to your subconscious chakra message, which is self-mastery, which is the alignment of your goals and of the essence of you, and as things like kind of falling more into place, and you're like, oh, well, this is it, isn't it? This is what I've been working for. This is what I want. And so as that power moves you forward, as you have that energy around your solar plexus of things falling into alignment and falling into greater understanding, it brings you to your subconscious person message, which is the King of Pentacles, which is you being a king of your life, of your soul, of yourself, and not backing down, and seeing the interconnectedness of things that had once eluded you. This is you embracing the essence and the power of a king. And now you've had all the kings show up in your reading. So there's a profound kingly air about you, a sense of being seen, a sense of being heard, a sense of having this unquestionable air of power and of purpose that leads you forward. So that's really quite brilliant. We then have your subconscious tarot message, which is the Knight of Wands. You are defending your passion. You're defending what it is you love and want within your life. And that passion is moving you forward. At times, you might feel a bit reckless because you're letting your heart, it's not necessarily your heart, but you're letting your passion, that fire, guide you. It's not reckless. Just be mindful. Just be mindful, because when you're following this fire, you can think, oh, well, that's not a big risk, or, oh, that doesn't matter so much, and it does. So just be mindful of that. And then we have to go deeper into your subconscious with the Knight of Swords. You have the two fastest moving knights. So subconsciously, you're moving very, very quickly with your passion, with your ideas, defending what it is that you love and want. But also the Knight of Swords for me is the White Knight. The knight, I always see this as in Sleeping Beauty, where the knight comes, Prince Charming comes, and he slays the dragon, and he cuts through the brambles, and he ascends the tower, and he awakens his princess. And that's what we're all doing subconsciously. We're cutting through the brambles. We're cutting through the beauty, the rose bushes, the rose thorns that are beautiful, yes, with the roses on them, but also can poison us and kill us from it. And that's what life is. It's beautiful, but it's also venomous and poisonous at times. And then we slay the dragon. We slay the garter, that which guards what we most greatly desire. Because why the heck? And I never understood it. Why would dragons want to hoard away gold and maidens and everything that people most desire? Wouldn't dragons want to be free and fly and all that stuff? So here, for me, subconsciously, this is what has kept you from spreading your wings, because you're hoarding away all your greatest gifts. And so you slay that dragon. There we go. You embrace those gifts, and you ascend the tower to awaken the subconscious part of yourself that has been sleeping for way too long. And you awaken that sacred beauty, and you move forward in that beautiful connectivity of self and soul. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of her positive energy, as you embrace the confidence of kings, as you embrace the healing gifts and the healing prosperity that divinity is sending your way, and you have the confidence to move forward in power of purpose and pride of being. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.